Shalom and good day all, this is Tehillim29 back again for another graphic novel review, and in this graphic novel review I'll be covering Achromatic Chronicles Blue by J. David, who is also someone who's on YouTube and has also done this project through Rippaverse. So starting off with first things first, because I like to give the covers a rating. So, as you can see, my first cover that I purchased, along with the second, with the first cover, I given, do these covers in any way, shape or form connect to something that is happening inside of the story? Sure enough, they do, to which with the first cover, I give an 8 out of 10. With the second cover, on the right-hand side, I give a 7.5 out of 10. Next is the area of the rating of the internal art, which I'll have a look around the beginning, the middle, and of course, which I'll be showing you things around the beginning, the middle, and of course the end. And then after that, I'll be moving into the story rating, which consists of time, location, cast, but there will be additional things to the rating, which includes the pros and cons of the story. I'll now get things ready and organized as we begin to look through the beginning, middle, and end in relation to the art of this story, and move on to its rating. So as we move into the beginning of this story, we end up meeting the character known as John. We learn that he attends the Glassberry School, and one of his best friends is by the name of Fortuna, and of course he's known for getting into quite a bit of mischief and trouble, especially in relation to sort of like asking questions. And we also see a bit of a connection that, okay, he's also been having certain dreams as well. As we slowly draw towards the middle of the story, we end up having John's encounter with the color known as blue. And of course, there's a bit of a discussion that takes place here. As we go a little bit further within the story, we notice how Blue's interaction is now connecting with this world. And of course, it's having the character of John panic about what's actually happening. Of course, with him being brought to the principal's office because of the mischief that takes place when he's around and trying to stand out. I'm trying to cover as much as possible in relation to the book, but he does eventually learn that there are... And of course, we do see him eventually go to Color World, to which in this, it's also used to see him being used to save his friend Fortuna. So for the internal art, I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Next is the area of the story rating. Moving into first things first, in relation to the area of the story, did we get anything time-wise? Sure enough, we did. By a reference sort of like seeing the times of the week or the days of the week show up within the story. Next is the locations that we got to see within the story. We had the Glassberry School that he attends. We've got no idea if it's like elementary or high school. That's something that's not very clear within the story. Or early primary school. That's where it sort of like needs to improve a bit. Next is we get to see Forest Home. We of course get to see a flower store. Of course we see a color world. We get to see Color World itself, which was shown in the color pages, and of course we get to visit an island. The cast of characters consisting of John, Mark, Fortuna. We also had the principal, Moore. We, of course, had his parents. We also had the other characters as well, such as blue and green. There are also other colors that have sentience in this world. There are some other names as well that I didn't get to bring up. But now it's time to move into the pros and the cons in relation to this story. Now, in this, more pros than cons. So, first things first, one thing I actually liked being shown in the story was how we got to see John's anxieties, fears and worries show in the story. I thought that was really brought across well. Of course, the meeting of the color blue. Another thing I also found really good is that it seems to get bullying right. And of course, seeing Blue's homeworld. Now, my only con in relation to this is that we've got no indication of the character's age. Okay, we understand that they're attending a school, but we're not too sure what the character's age is. If they're in sort of like secondary school, are they sort of like going into 13, 14, 15? That is left very unclear. But apart from that, I did actually enjoy the story, to which I give the story a 7.5 out of 10. Until then, let's keep it colourful and have yourself an awesome day. And stay tuned for a review on Achromatic Chronicles Green.